Howdy all, Muglex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so I am heading to my little clay pit here. Gotta get some more clay. Seems like I never have enough clay. But today, I think we're gonna try and build a mini bike. I don't know if I have all the pieces for mini bike. We might have to go hit up some cars until we can get the pieces for mini bike. I'm not sure I have a motor yet. But I should potentially have everything else I need. That's plenty of clay. That didn't take long at all. And I think I need one more cotton. I don't know what went down with my cotton, but when I harvested my cotton, I got 11 cotton out of 9 plants. So either things weren't fully grown that I thought were grown, or I don't know, they just didn't produce very well. I also need some duct tape. Ooh, I have just enough duct tape. I need some iron pipes. I do not have a motor. I do have a basket, which will be useful. I need leather, I think. I think that's all I'm going to need. Okay, let's see. Mini... Oh, I tried to add that to the end. That didn't work. Mini bike seat. I have to build the handlebars first. Mini bike chassis. Why can't I build the mini bike chassis? Iron. Iron. Clay. Clay. What do I have to make handlebars? Handlebars. I'm gonna need more duct tape. Okay. So to make and mechanical parts. Duct tape. I need glue. How much duct tape did I need? Handlebars. 2 duct tape. Do I have 2 glue? I have no glue. And I still haven't found a thing to make glue. So, alright, so we got some issues here. So let's go hit up the cars, and maybe we can find some glue while I'm out and about. Maybe. I was kind of hoping that the game would be updated by today, but I guess they normally release on Fridays, right? So, shouldn't really expect them to release on Wednesday. I also don't think I have a tire, for that matter. I do. That wasn't very hard. Um, but yeah, I saw they had a big event with streaming some of the new updated stuff, and I read through the giant patch notes. So looking pretty good. I I like that, like, every single building that got added also got added to the random generator, as well as a bunch of the buildings that are in the handcrafted map. Makes me happy because I prefer to play the random gen a little bit. There we go. And oh, I got purple tires. Nice. Have I not been here? No, I went in through a window, right? Yeah. Came in through here. Right? Yeah, yeah. So make sure I wasn't running around looking for recipes and find out. Oh, speaking of recipes. Oh, look, that wasn't searched. It's probably the only one I didn't search, though, right? Nope. Look, I didn't search that one. Oh, it's just paper. Oh no, they say searched because they have paper in them. Never mind. Never mind. Untouched is what I would be looking for, not searched. Right. Did I get the safe while I was back here? Is this one of the ones I didn't? Nope. I had terrible tools. It was going to take me 1,000 years to get through this. Yeah, I'm not sure why that thing won't let me build the. I wonder if the iron thing is wrong. I wonder if it's supposed to be. Well, it wouldn't be 200 forged iron, right? Why don't you like my iron? I built one before. They all come in the same book, so it's weird that I can make parts of it, but not that. I'm not sure what's going down there. Oh well. So I saw the Wonder Woman movie. It was pretty good. Wasn't amazing by any means, but was pretty good. It kind of suffered from that issue I seem to be having lately with movies, in that they have great moments, but they don't do a good job of tying the moments together. I don't want to equip a potato. And and so it really messes with the flow. I was talking to one of my friends about it, and he says that sometimes you just need to break up all the moments of the movie, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do in a movie. I think every moment's supposed to be part of the story, and I feel like some of the stuff that made it in that movie are just were just in there because they wanted that particular moment in there and didn't really tie into the movie. Um, I enjoyed it though. It was good. I just wished it had flowed a little better. Um, I felt like there were scenes that were in there just to point out the fact that Wonder Woman is a woman. And I'm pretty sure I was already aware of that, and so they came across a little jarring. And they did this thing. I absolutely hate it. I hate it. I don't know if anybody else in the entire movie watching comic book reading world has the same problem I do with it, but I cannot stand, and they do it all the time in the DC comics, which I read. So it's not like I'm coming into Wonder Woman blind here. I do read the Wonder Woman comic and have for like 8 years now. Um, so I have a bit of a backstory with this character, some knowledge to pull off of. Uh, Her depiction was really good. I really liked the beginning of the movie. I don't want to give anything away, so it starts on Themyscira, gasp, which is where Wonder Woman's from, and that part was really good. My friend didn't like it. He liked most of it. He didn't like part of what went down on Themyscira because it wasn't identical to whatever version of Wonder Woman he happened to have been thinking of while we're watching. That's one of the weird things with the comics, is that I do have tires. Is that there's there's a lot of different versions of the backstories of these characters now, and so you never know which version you're particularly going to get. And so going into the movie, you can't even tell what version of the character you're going to see. And so it was a little. Oh, you know what? I got an engine. Sweet. I didn't even see that. Nice. Uh, so I felt it was a little weird for his nitpick he had about one part on Themyscira. Well, it was in the trailers, right? He didn't like that the Germans attacked Steve Trevor on the island, and I didn't have a problem with that. I actually kind of liked that part, and but it wasn't true to the Wonder Woman story. Although DC has had like 5 different versions of Wonder Woman's origin story in the last 2 years, so take your pick. Um, uh, and what's really funny is that Steve Trevor is a contemporary of Steve Trevor is a contemporary of everything that's going on in the DC modern day, and so for him being a World One character for the storyline is different than what's in the comics that we've been reading for the past 8 years. And so I thought that was a little hypocritical to throw a fit about that one change, but ignore the fact that they moved Steve Trevor from being a modern day soldier to you know uh, to being a World War One soldier. But yeah. Anyway, so the Themyscira part was good. Did not like the London part, which had the one moment that really irritated me in it. DC has a tendency to do these in the comics, do these things that are just like, she's a woman, so she has to do this thing because she's a woman, um, and and so they're very jarring and different when they do it. Okay, that was weird. I had to pause my recording there because I thought someone was coming down to talk to me, and then all they did was turn on the lights and open the door, let the dog down, and then called the dog back up, and then shut the door. Hey, what are you doing on the toilet? So they're probably like, oh, we haven't seen him all day today. Better go check on him to make sure he's okay. I doubt they did that. Uh, but yeah, they do this thing anyways. I guess I don't know if the one that they just had in the comics this week fits, but to me it feels like it does. And I don't understand why it was in there. But my prime example of this thing they do where they're like, she's a woman, so she has to do this thing, is they have the character Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy is an eco-terrorist who values the lives of plants over people. And she's barely human at this point from the experiments she's conducted on herself. Uh, and so if you don't know who Poison Ivy is, it's basically she can control or speak with plants, and does a lot of wrapping people up in vines and things, and often I believe she's poisonous to touch now because of her experiments, like how some plants are poisonous to touch, and And so Poison Ivy, the eco-terrorist, they had a 6 or 8 part mini-series, and I was like, ooh, Poison Ivy, I like her character. And then I get it, and I start reading it, and I'm like, oh, well, this is pretty cool. It's how she misses being a scientist. And so she has gone back to, she's, used some things to hide the fact she's Poison Ivy, and she's, um, used some things to block her poison so she doesn't kill the people around her. That makes sense. And so you read it, and then you get to the end of it, and at the very end of it, it turns out, no, no, she's only here because she wants babies, because women want babies. Glue. I wanted glue. And I'm like, seriously? Poison Ivy calls her plants her babies? I don't think Poison Ivy wants babies like that. I just don't see it. And so that's what the whole. And then it got worse from there. Like the plant babies grew up quickly because they're plants, and they turned into teenage girls, and so then they wanted to go shopping and to the mall and buy dresses, and I'm just like, oh, this is. It's all because DC wants to win the female comic book reader, because obviously women only think about babies and shopping and dresses. And nearly nude Nightwing. One of the 20-ish year old superheroes is always stripped down to just like his underwear because it makes the women I don't know, excited, I guess. I don't know. It drives me crazy. I prefer the well thought out, well rounded characters. Not that there are that many, but sometimes they come across that way. Batwoman's a great example. Also a female character, but her character acts more normal than some of these. We've redesigned them to appeal to the female population. Uh, and Batgirl used to be amazing. I've totally gotten off topic here, but yeah, they had a moment where Wonder Woman squeals in delight because there's a baby in the movie, and I'm just like, why? I'm like, okay, she could be like excited that she's seeing an infant for the first time because she's the only infant she's aware of. I mean, she was, because she was a child, or I guess she wasn't even well, she was a baby. But she's the only one that she in her history she's ever come across. But to squeal and clap and rush over because it's a baby when everything else is just as new to her is weird to me. And I felt like it was only because she was a woman. Uh, that's weird. There's a bedroll in there. And then now I know that the Wonder Woman was directed by a woman and all that, but I don't know. I hate when they do that in a movie. And I hate when they do that in my comic books. Not there's anything wrong with doing that if that's your personality. I just don't think that's Wonder Woman's personality. Because to me that flows into the well, we can't have a woman president because and then they totally got this scene in the comic I read yesterday, where one of the female characters has cramps. One of the female superheroes. And so she goes to the doctor, and I'm not sure if they're supposed to be playing on the calling her character a Christian and then saying that she's upset that they. Oh, dang it, I wasn't paying attention and I totally destroyed that. Oh well. It was probably already looted, right? No, it probably wasn't. I was just so irritated by that I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. But, well, that one was... No, I've been here before. I just didn't search everything. I got one of the glues I need. I need another glue. That said it was empty. And I got everything I needed from the cars, so it just... If I can get that other glue... But, yeah, so she was like, oh no, what am I supposed to tell my mom? My mom is gonna go crazy, because she's an underage female superhero. And, maybe, I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be. 16, probably. She's one of the Teen Titans, so... Um, and, so she's all upset 'cause she's got to tell her mom that the doctor prescribed her um, birth control to regulate her whatever it is she had. I forget what they said she has. Cramps, basically. And oh, and she's laying in her bed and has now this female character is Power Girl. I want to say she's Power Girl. Um, and man, I'm terrible with names. Uh, I just think of her as Smart Scientist Girl. Um, ooh, I think that makes my Magnum. She's like the one of the smartest scientists in the comic books, and and she like makes devices so that blind people can see, and they totally just have her rolling around in her bed, writing the word cramps over and over again on her headboard. Uh, and I'm like, what does this have to do with anything to do with this story? If this does not have some major impact on this story, then it was only put in there to show that she was a woman. I don't know. But anyways, I got way off field with that rant. Uh, Die, chicken. So, yeah, so back to Wonder Woman. Yeah, and then they broke it up with this London part, and I mean, I guess they had some stuff in there they were trying to say, but I felt like they could have said it better in a different place, and kept the flow better in the movie because the movie's pretty serious in tone everywhere but the London scene. And so the London scene feels like it was added on and shoved in the middle of the movie just to be funny. And there's an iconic Wonder Woman moment where she first tries ice cream, I guess. And so that was also in the London scene, but could have easily been done somewhere else that would have fit better with the flow of the movie. And so I came back here for a reason. I don't know what it was. I'm going to try this again. Am I confused as to what I'm missing here? Mini... Put the chat... Why... What am I missing? Right? Iron. I can't put this anywhere. But that's what it's asking for. 200 iron, 20 clay. Says I have neither. I don't know. But let's see if that was enough parts to make a Magnum now. I don't know if I have the recipe for the Magnum. Handles, parts, and... Oh, you know what? I also had nitrate in there, so that can go too. Alright, so you're Come on. You're my best handle. And then we've got this guy and this guy. Alright. Now, I can't assemble it yet. I don't have the recipe book. But I think that's all the parts for one, right? Pistol, frame, cylinder. Oh no, I don't have a barrel. I'm missing a barrel. Oh, where's the parts? There you are. There is no... Yeah, that is... It's parts. Sorry. Parts, not barrel. The pistol has a barrel. I don't know why that won't let me build my thing. That's irritating. I don't know. Well, I think... Oh, look at that. I missed a handle. I think this is probably a good spot to call this for the day. So, click like you like. Subscribe, be sure and catch the next one. And I will talk to you later.